Hello and welcome back to yet again another episode of Conant Reacts. It has been a very long time since I have recorded a podcast episode, and I don't know if you can tell, but I have changed quite a bit since my college days. My podcasts are going to be a lot more precise, they are going to be a lot better, and they are going to have a much more interesting dynamic to them. If you are here for the first time, I do strongly recommend that you go and check out my other podcasts just so you can get a feeling of how much I have changed with the way that these are going to be presented and done. If you are someone who has been here for a long time, I am very curious to know your thoughts and your opinions on my new podcast, and I'm hoping that eventually this will become something that I can do on a more regular basis, as well as my YouTube videos and as well as my other podcasts that I am doing with some buddies of mine through Twitch. And I would just really love to hear any and all feedback that you guys do have because, as I have said 100 times over, it is so unbelievably appreciated, and I love you all so much for any support that I get in this process. Today, we will be reviewing an album because that is something that I do on my podcasts. The album is yet to be determined. This is just a introduction to the podcast and what kind of things you can expect from the new me, if you will. So, without any further ado, we are going to talk about the things that you can expect. Number one, a much more interesting breakdown of the albums. You can also look for more of a progression of me talking about the lyrical breakdowns that happen in and throughout each song of the album. I will then pick my favorite song of the album, my worst song of the album, what I think the album could do better, what I think the album did great, and just so much more. So I'm just really looking forward for the opportunity to dive into this podcast in a much more interesting dynamic, considering how everything is going to be changed. Thank you all so much. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you guys very, very soon.